Yes, a very good evening, all of you. Welcome to our day one dinner session. We can consider yesterday as day zero. So today's dinner session, as you know, the format will be going ahead with MCQs discussion based on topic which we discussed this morning in our 5 a.m. club. So I hope you guys are all ready. So before we start, a heads up. I hope I was audible previously. Just make sure that you have your notes and pen along with you so that you can note down your scores. If you want to make note of any important points, that's completely up to you. But I want you to take down your scores personally so that you can reveal the same by the end of the session. We have 15 questions and also we have a timer of 45 seconds for each question. And the maximum score is 60 marks. Let's see who's going to reach the maximum. I hope you guys are all ready. And also please confirm the audio and video streaming. And if you have any issues with the same, do let me know in the comment section. Okay? Yeah, let's proceed there. Yeah, thank you, Aparna, for the feedback. So today's dinner session, so we'll have MCQs from Luting agents, various aspects of Luting agents, and also we'll try to build up the topic which we initiated in today's morning or 5 a.m. session. So as you can see, we have a timer, 45 seconds timer, and also this session is MCQ based. Okay, I hope you guys are all ready. So since we have a timer, I want you to be alert, to be in the moment, right? So let's go ahead with our first question. So 45 seconds time. First question, requirements of luting cement should include all except. Option A, ability to flow under pressure. Option B, higher surface tension. Option C, its ability to form a continuous film. Option D, none of the above. You know, in NEET MDS, we have 240 MCQs, 180 minutes. So on an average, you'll be getting around 45 seconds for each question. So keeping that in mind, we have this time. Time up. But still, I'm going to give you additional time since this is not a final exam. Okay. And also there is a lag, right? There is a lag of 10 to 15 seconds. So in the meantime, you guys can answer and do not take more time. Try to answer it as soon as possible, keeping this timer in mind. So requirements of luting cement should include all except. So this is something which we already discussed this morning. So which option do you think is more appropriate? Okay, Tahir Sujay says option A. Washir also says option A. Dr. Nidhi Verma, option D. I'll wait for the right answer. So those who answer it right will be getting 4 marks. Those who answer it wrong or those who don't answer, you mark yourself minus 1/4, okay? Or minus 1. Okay, let me give you a hint. Surface tension and wettability are inversely proportional. Higher surface tension, lower wettability. Lower surface tension, better or higher wettability. And that's the reason why we use detergents while washing clothes, as you know. So which of the following options do you think now is right answer after me giving you this hint? Timer already ran 3 to 4 times, right? So it means you almost took 2 to 3 minutes. It should be even quicker. But to some questions, I know it's challenging. Yes, it's okay to take more time. Some questions, we can answer them in 10 to 15 seconds. But the average is 45 seconds. Always keep that in mind. Okay, it's not option A. It's not option D. Shraddha says it's option C. None of you have chosen option B. Yeah, Hadi has chosen option B. Very good. Felicia, option B. Okay, excellent. Now you got the answer. I really appreciate it. Now let's see what's the right answer. You can see the fire. So the fire on your screen. So option B is right answer because higher surface tension translates to lower wettability. But for a luting agent, for a dental cement, we want something which flows, which wets all surfaces, right? So lower surface tension cements are preferred. And you can see an illustration giving you the relation between surface energy, surface tension, and wettability. You can go through it in your free time. Consider this very, very important. So as you can see, top left, higher surface tension, almost non-wetting. But as the surface tension lowers, the ability of the fluid to flow on a given solid surface increases, right? Better wettability with lower surface tension, right? So option B, as some of you have chosen, is right answer. So those who have answered it right, +4. Those who have answered it wrong or who hasn't answered it, -1. Do take it seriously, right? I want to know the final scores. Yeah, now let's move on to the next question. 45 seconds timer, here it is. Yeah, I'm starting the timer. Second question, assertion and reason. Some of you might find this pattern challenging, so we try to incorporate the same. Air entrapment must be avoided in critical occlusal regions while you're placing cement in the crown, right? Inner volume of the crown, that's understood because that's the context here. So what's the reason? Masticatory forces have the potential to fracture ceramic processes. In fact, I've given you a critical assignment or critical question this morning asking you what would happen if there are voids incorporated within the luting cement. Those who found out will be able to answer this. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? Both assertion and reason are true, and reason justifies assertion. No justification, or either of the statements could be false, or both statements could be false. So what's your answer? Very good. I see almost a unanimous answer. Option A. Fantastic. Let's see whether it's right or wrong. So air entrapment must be avoided in critical occlusal regions because, as you rightly said, masticatory forces, that area becomes weak, right? And there is a tendency to get fractured under masticatory load. As you can see in this illustration, the one which we projected in today's 5 AM session as well. So if there are voids, right, that area is weakened, and obviously it leads to fracture of the overlying ceramic processes, right? So option A, assertion and reason are true, and reason justifies assertion. So from this we can take an important point that these luting agents also to some extent impart strength or reinforce the entire prosthetic tooth unit, isn't it? Yes. Very good. So option A is right answer. Those who have answered option A, you get +4. Rest of you -1, even if you don't answer it. Now let's move on to the next question. I'm starting the timer now. Third question. Amount of cement that should be added to the inner cavity volume of the crown is. So you fill the crown with cement before you seat it on the prepared tooth. So how much of cement has to be placed within the internal cavity of the prosthetic unit? Entire inner cavity volume of crown should be filled. Only 1/4 of inner cavity volume of the crown should be filled with cement, luting cement, or half of the inner cavity volume of the crown should be filled with luting cement, or none of the above. It can be customized depending upon the type of cement. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? I'm glad some of you are answering within the frame of 45 seconds, which is really commendable. Just maintain this pace, okay? Yeah. Excellent. I see majority of you choosing option A. It means it's either out of clinical practice or you might have referred Phillips. Very good. Yeah, time up. Now let's see which is the right answer. Half of the inner cavity volume, around half, not exactly half, it cannot be standardized or measured, right? So around half of the inner cavity volume of the crown, and also the cement should be flowing along the margins so that when you place the crown over the prepared tooth, the excess protrudes over or beyond the margins, thereby ensuring complete seal, isn't it? So as you can see, around half, right? Around half of the inner volume, inner cavity volume of the crown. Okay, fantastic. Again, those who answered or chose option C, +4. Rest of you, -1. Okay, I hope you're noting down this course, right? First question 4, second question -1, third question 4. Do make a note. It's going to be fun and interesting. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. I'm starting the timer now. Fourth question. During cement placement, filling the entire crown cavity can lead to. So it's an extension to the previous question. And some of you might have a doubt. Why not fill the entire, to be on safe side, why not fill the entire inner cavity volume with cement and then place it? What could that action lead to? Option A, increased risk of bubble entrapment. Option B, increased time required for seating of crown. Option C, increased pressure required for seating the crown. Option D, increased effort to remove excess cement. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? I'm giving you a hint, it's a challenging question, and those who answer it right, heads off. Okay, so another 30 seconds. Actually, it's a second round, right? Okay. So which option do you think is more appropriate answer? I see all options being selected. Some of you chose option A. Yeah, Soumya chose option A. Dr. Nidhi chose option C. Hadi chose option D. Lovina chose option C. So almost all options covered, which is a very great news because at least one of you is right. Okay, time up. Time up. It's not one of you, it's all of you. Okay, let's see. So you can see the right answer, right answers maybe. I've intentionally removed all of the above and none of the above, just to make sure that you are. Shraddha, very good. Shraddha, you'll get +4 for giving out that comment. You said every option looks true. So to Shraddha, 4 marks. The rest of you, if you have chosen any of the option, you get only 1 mark, okay? If you have chosen only one option, you'll get only 1 mark. If you've chosen 4 options, you'll get 4 marks. If you haven't chosen any, -1. Okay, Kritika, very good. Shraddha, good, all of you. I'm glad you tried. So during cement placement, filling the entire crown cavity can lead to all of the following. Because you fill the entire crown with luting cement, which means there is a greater chance for risk or increased risk of bubble entrapment in the process, increased time required for seating, as you have to carry the entire cement, obviously increased pressure and increased time and effort, not just effort, but also increased time and effort to remove excess cement, isn't it? So all of the given options are true. Okay, good. Now let's move on to the next question. I'm starting the timer now. 5th question. Seating of crown can be done, seating of crown onto the prepared tooth can be done via following methods: finger pressure, tapping or vibration, ultrasonic device, all of the above or none of the above. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? So how do you, based on your clinical experience, either in college or in your clinical practice, which one would you prefer? And theoretically, which of the following is more appropriate answer? See, yeah, time up. So I'm not going to give you more time for it. Yes. Finger pressure, because I mentioned moderate finger pressure in today's session. Having said that, we should also consider other options, right? Because I personally followed tapping, if not vibration. And also, I never personally used ultrasonic device, but that's one of the means, okay? Yes, Dr. Nidhi, you're right. Option D is the right answer, okay? For those who have answered only A, B, or C, you'll be getting. Okay, you can take 1 mark if you want, but those who answer or select option D, you'll be getting 4 marks, okay? Okay, very good. So you can use moderate finger pressure, even though it's challenging to standardize. How can you standardize moderate finger pressure? It depends on one's build, right? Okay, I'm kidding. So based on one's experience, as we start accumulating experience, we'll know to what extent we need to apply pressure, even though it's difficult to standardize. Also, we can use tapping, vibration, ultrasonic devices, all of the above. And we should check at least 3 points along the margins of the crown. 3 points along the margins, And also we should check for occlusion. There should be complete seating. So this is very, very important. So option D is right answer. Yes, Lovina, finger pressure is in Philips. Tapping or vibration is also in Philips. Ultrasonic device is also in Philips. Of course, latest edition of Philips. So if you have chosen option A, I'm being considerate. I'm saying take 1 mark. In fact, you should be getting -1. But I'm saying since A, B, C are right, so it's not a final exam, right? You can take 1 mark. Right. Now let's move on to the next question. I'm starting the timer now. Which of the following makes seating a crown easier? Higher viscosity cements, less taper of prepared tooth, increased height of prepared tooth, all of the above, none of the above. It's a challenging question. Do take time, but make sure that you're giving your best. Which of the following makes seating a crown easier? Lovin, I'm glad you agree with me. Yeah, higher viscosity cements, less taper of prepared tooth, increased height of prepared tooth, all of the above. We have a lag of 10 to 15 seconds, right? I think in the meantime, I can play with Toffee. Toffee? Toffee. Oh, Toffee is sleeping, so let's not disturb her. Tiger? Tiger? This guy is always active. I think I can play with him in the meantime. Say hi. Say hi to your friends. Hello. Hi. How are you? Yes, exactly. By the way, none of the above is right answer. I'm glad you guys tried. See, higher viscosity, which of the following makes seating easier? None of them makes it easier. We need cements which have low viscosity to make sure that there is better flow and wettability. Less taper, no. More parallel walls, difficult. It's actually difficult. Less taper of prepared tooth, increased height of prepared tooth. Yeah, it's in some of your retracting messages. Okay. So all of these factors make placing a crown difficult. So we need cements which have low viscosity and more taper. Usually, right? I'm not talking about retentive aspect. I'm talking about factors which make placing a crown easier. More taper, it's easy. Decreased height, it's easy. Okay. However, increased taper and decreased height will compromise retention, as the guys are already familiar with. But in the context of factors which make seating a crown easier, it is low viscosity cements, more taper of prepared tooth, and decreased height of prepared tooth, right? However, as I said, keep in mind that when it comes to retention, in the context of retention, more taper, decreased height will compromise retention. As you already know, there is no doubt in it. I hope it's clear. I hope I made myself clear. So it is none of the above. So as some of you rightly chosen, yeah, option E is right answer. A prepared tooth, a model of a prepared tooth. Now let's move on to the next question. We're almost halfway. Yeah, not even halfway. 45 seconds timer, here it is. When zinc phosphate cement is used for luting. These are clinical based questions. Consider them very, very important. Only once you understand the properties of cements, you'll be able to answer this question. So let's see. When zinc phosphate cement is used for luting, excess cement present at the margin after crown placement should be removed immediately after crown placement, after the cement sets completely, operator's choice, or patient's choice. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? So remember, I mentioned it as zinc phosphate, right? So depending upon the cement, the options vary. I'm giving you the hint. So since it's a zinc phosphate cement, when should you remove excess cement? Immediately. Monica seems to be very smart. She has chosen option A and B. However, unfortunately, this question has only one right answer. It's not multiple right answer question. But well tried, Monica. Tahir says it's operator's choice. In that case, I reckon some of the operators might even leave the excess cement. That's what usually happens in interproximal areas, which we'll discuss a bit later. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? Yes, time up. Immediately in between, no, there are no intermediate options. Okay, you need to choose one. After the cement sets completely, option B is right answer. It's because the zinc phosphate cement, it doesn't chemically adhere with other surfaces or other tooth structure or soft tissues. It doesn't chemically adhere. So that's the reason why you can allow the cement to set completely and then remove the excess cement. As you can see, even though that's not zinc phosphate, that's just a model I've placed, model illustration. So after the cement sets completely, you can remove it. However, I'm not going to further extend my discussion, but instead, I'm going to pose next question, which I'm sure you'll answer right. So +4 for those who've chosen option B. Now go ahead and answer this question. Started the timer. When GIC is used for luting, excess cement present at the margin after crown placement should be removed immediately after crown placement, after cement sets completely, operator's choice, patient's choice. Now I'm sure you'll rule out option C and D like a cakewalk. So among A and B, I'm giving you a hint. I've eliminated 50% of the options, which gives you a 50% probability of scoring right answer. You wish you had me in the exam, right? Okay, very good. Excellent. Another 15 seconds. So when GIC is used, or for that matter, when polycarboxylate is used, no, I don't know about polycarboxylate, I'm sorry. But okay, let's stick on to GIC. Okay, when GIC is used, excess cement present at margin has to be removed immediately, as you have rightly mentioned, because it binds chemically with the adjacent tooth structure, and there is even though we apply petroleum jelly and all, but still it's suggested to remove the cement immediately after crown placement. Option A is right answer. Well done, everyone. You can give yourself 4 marks if you have chosen option A. Now, yeah, as you can see, the excess cement protruding beyond the margin, which is definitely a good sign. I hope there is cement even within the crown. Now, let's move on to the similar question about different cement. When zinc polycarboxylate is used for luting, excess cement present at margin after crown placement should be removed. Carefully go through the options. Don't be in a hurry. You have 45 seconds, okay? Immediately after crown placement, after cement sets, just before setting of cement, or patient's choice. Which one do you think is more appropriate answer? In case of zinc polycarboxylate, those who answer it right, kudos to you. Bhavika Pogat, the moment I saw your name, the picture which came into my mind is Dangal, because Babita, Pogat and all, I'm sure those are the right names. I hope you're not a wrestler. If yes, please let me know. I would love to learn. So option C. Okay. I sincerely apologize for pulling you into trap. It's option A. I'm really sorry. I intentionally created an artificial hype and made you choose option C, and you fell in my trap. So for you, I'm going to give you a bowl of soup. Okay, I'm just kidding. Option A, because just before setting of cement, zinc polycarboxylate passes through a rubbery stage. And when you remove excess cement during that rubbery stage, you can even pull off the excess cement from the margin or even from the inside of the crown cavity. That should never happen, right? Yeah. Anyways, I'm glad that you fell in my soup trap. I'm very glad. Okay, option A is right answer. Now, don't curse me. No matter what I say, you should stick on to your basics, right? But anyways, well done. So, zinc polycarboxylate. So the summary is whether it is GIC or a resin cement or zinc polycarboxylate, adhesive based, they have to be removed immediately after crown placement. If it is zinc phosphate or if it is zinc oxide eugenol, alloy, calcinol, etc., you can allow the cement to set. You should allow the cement to set and then remove the excess. Okay, I hope it's clear. Yeah, now let's move on to the next question. You have 45 seconds. Again, a 10th question, again a clinical based. The clinician should apply a coat of varnish or a bonding agent along the accessible marginal area of cemented restorations before discharging the patient. Why? Because till then you are busy poking the tooth, so you want to give some soothing feeling to the patient. Option A. Or is it just for sake of your satisfaction? Option B. Or is it to seal the voids using this bonding agent or a coat of varnish? Option D. None of the above. Time up. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? Seriously, you want to seal the voids using a bonding agent or varnish? Okay, if this were a practical exam, I would have given you left and right without any doubt. Anyways, I'm just kidding. So you should not use this varnish or bonding agent. They're very thin. You cannot use them to seal voids. Option C is not the right answer. No, it's not option C, but unfortunately, most of you have chosen option C, but it's okay. When you make mistakes, you learn even better, isn't it? So option D is right answer. So why do you apply a coat of varnish or a bonding agent? For your information, we're placing it, trying to seal the margins. In order to allow the cement, mostly we use water-based cements. So we need to allow the cement to mature and should not be contaminated with saliva, or it should not lose water. So to allow the cement to mature, why do you want the cement to mature? So that it gets stronger, right? It becomes harder and stronger with maturation. Then there will be better formation of integrated restorative work ultimately. So it is none of the above. I hope you got the answer. Yeah, protect from the moisture in simple terms. Yes, allow the cement to mature. So you can make a note of it. And those have answered option D. Yes, 4 marks. So morning, those who have attended 5 a.m. club, if you thought this topic is easy, we can twist and turn. For that matter, any topic. So never take any topic for granted. All you need to do is just make sure that you have the presence of mind. And you know, when we make mistakes, in fact, based on my experience as well, I'm telling you very frankly, we learn even more if we are positively oriented, right? Rather than getting demotivated, if you make a mistake, make sure that you're not repeating the same, not just till the exam, but throughout your entire lifetime, right? So option D is right answer. So this representation is to allow you to understand the maturation aspect, okay? Now let's move on to the next question. Final 5 questions. I'm starting the timer now. 11th question. During luting of a crown, use of dental floss to remove excess cement is crazy, important, operator's choice, patient's choice, or depends on availability of floss in our clinic. I'm really looking forward to those who are going to choose option D. Yes, Shraddha. Okay. So during luting of a crown, use of dental floss to remove excess cement is, oh, you've chosen it's important. It's not, don't you think it's operator's choice? Or do you think it's option D? Unfortunately, none of you have chosen option D. Okay, time up. Time up. Yes, it is important to use dental floss. That too, we need to use knotted dental floss, make a knot, use a knotted dental floss, and then pass it interproximally towards the marginal area to remove the bulk of the cement immediately after achieving complete seating. Okay, and then depending upon type of cement, you can remove the excess part as discussed previously. But floss has to be used immediately after achieving complete seating of crown to remove bulk of interproximal excess cement. Not fine amounts, but the bulk can be removed using this knotted dental floss, passing interproximally towards the margins. Consider this very, very important, and also it helps us to evaluate the fit, right? The fit of the contacts between the prosthesis and the descent tooth. In fact, that's a mandatory exercise for us during our post-graduation as well. So it is very, very, very important, okay? Who wants to sit here, it seems. He's just calling me. Okay, you can attend our live session, not an issue. Okay, guys, I hope it's clear. Yeah, I think most of you have chosen option A. And I'm glad none of you have chosen option D. Okay, 12th question, I'm starting the timer. Weakest link of a prosthetic tooth assembly. In fact, we had previous questions based on this. So weakest link of a prosthetic tooth assembly is option A, prosthesis. Since it is fabricated by technician, we can lay blame on him or her. Mostly it's him. Option B, tooth, as it is reduced for preparation by you, that is dentist. Option C, cement layer. Option D, none of the above. So which one do you think is the weakest link? 20 seconds more for you to answer. Okay, if one uses common sense, since we're talking about luting agents, luting cements, obviously one has an inclination towards option C, which is absolutely right. Okay, option C is right answer. Well done, everyone. So as you can see in our morning illustration also have shown you that even though there seems to be an intimate relation between the prosthesis and the prepared tooth, during initial trying, there is microscopic space which has to be filled by a third party or, luting agent. So this is considered as weakest link because usually dislodgement of prosthesis can be because of fractures in these areas, cement fractures, dissolution, right, erosion of cement. So there are secondary caries and all, as you're all familiar with. The cement layer is considered as weakest layer. So those are chosen option C. Can give yourself, award yourself 4 marks. Very good. Now let's move on to the final, almost coming to an end. 13th question. I'm starting the timer now. In case of debonding of prosthesis caused by cement fracture, which is the most common location of failure? Cleavage through cement layer, or there is fracture at the interface of luting agent and prosthesis, or is it both, or is it none? So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? You have 35 seconds more. Okay, very good. So most of you seems to be going with safe answer, that is option C. However, unfortunately, option C is not the right answer. Okay, well tried. Yes, option B is the right answer. The reason why it's not option A is because, we're talking about cleavage through cement layer, the thickness of cement. I'm not going to give you the answer because, and I'm going to ask you this in the form of a question. The cement layer is so thin that cohesive fractures within the cement are very of low incidence, rather we can say. But fracture between the luting agent, or the cement and the prosthesis interface, is the most common location, right? So option A, you can see corresponding illustration. So this is a cohesive failure, which is not that common as we just discussed, but this is failure or fracture at the interface of luting agent and prosthesis. Okay, so just keep this in mind and consider this very, very important. And another clinical oriented or clinical based question. Option B is right answer. Award yourself +4. Good. Now let's move on to the penultimate question. I'm starting the timer now. Yeah, to maximize the retention, the cement layer between prosthesis and abutment should be. We're talking about the relation of cement layers thickness and retention, which is again very, very important. So what should be the cement layer? How should be the cement layer? Thin, thick, operator's choice, or depends on type, depends on, I'm sorry, it's a typo, depends on type of cement used. So which one do you think is more appropriate answer? You have 25 seconds more. 15 seconds. Depends on, Lovina says it depends on type of cement used. Ankita also says the same. Shubham says option B, interesting. So there seems to be a war between options A and B. I mean B and D. Remember, it doesn't matter which type of cement you're using. If the cement has more viscosity, then why use it for luting purpose? According to area specification, we need cement luting agent whose thickness is dash. Please fill in this dash. And which means the cement layer thickness has to be as much minimal as possible, or it should be thin in simple words. So to maximize retention, cement layer should be thin, which further minimizes pores in the cement. If the cement layer is thin, that's how the retention is being enhanced. Okay, that's the link here. So the cement layer has to be thin. If the cement layer is thin, the pores within the cement are minimized, which will again or further as a consequence increase retention. Option B is right answer. Okay, I know it's tempting. We might tilt towards option D, but we're talking about an ideal context. As you can see, it should be, right? It should be. So look at those keywords and I'm sure you'll get it right, and don't get demotivated even if you answer it wrong, because we learn the best when we make things or when things go in a wrong way. So don't get demotivated at all. It's option B. Now, final question. Yeah, I'm starting the timer for the final question. Tiger, are you ready? So arrange the following cements based on their solubility in water, from most soluble to least soluble. Zinc phosphate cement, glass ionomer cement, resin cement, zinc polycarboxylate cement. Don't choose one of the options. I'm asking you to give me a sequence from most soluble to least soluble based on their solubility in water. Solubility is an important property. In fact, cements should not be soluble in water and they should not absorb water as well, right? However, we're using water-based cements, and that's the reason why maybe we think resin seems to be one of the better options we have when it comes to solubility aspect, because plastic literally is insoluble, right? Okay, I don't know. You try answer and let me know. Okay. And also there is a twist in the options. It's a difficult one to find out, but it's okay. Try to give me the sequence. Anil, very good, very fast. Most soluble to least soluble. Ankita, give us the sequence, not just one option. Give us the sequence. ABCD, ADBC, BCDA, ADBC, ADBA. It's repeating, right? BADC, ABDC, DACB. It's like a rap. I think we can compose a rap from your answers. CBAD, ADBC. Okay, very good. So another 20 seconds. I know it's a challenging question. Take time. Another 20 seconds, and then we'll reveal the answer. CDAB, Monica. Okay. Do you think glass ionomer is least soluble? Most soluble to least soluble. Okay, time up. Here is the right sequence. BADC. In fact, it can be BADC or BDAC, because solubility based on the quantum or quantitative values A and D, they have almost same, not almost same solubility. 0.06 weight percentage. We'll look into the values also. So BADC or BDAC is right sequence. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, C has come last because it is least soluble. Resin cements, plastic based, they are least soluble, almost insoluble in water. But glass ionomer is comparatively more soluble. That's the reason why, if you remember, while doing classifier restorations or when you use GIC, we apply this petroleum jelly as a standard rule of thumb. Yeah, BADC or yes, BDAC are right sequences. Okay, well done, everyone. And here's a table. You can see this is from Phillips. You can check out the extreme right, the second right from the given table, solubility in water, weight percentage. You can see 0.06, 0.04. You have the given values. Resin, it's almost zero. Zinc phosphate and zinc polycarboxylate, it's the same. Glass ionomer, it's maximum, almost 1.25 weight percent, right? Yeah. So you can make a note of these values. Also, you have this film thickness. Did anyone answer about the film thickness? None of you? Okay, anyways, you have the answer here. According to ADA specification, luting thickness. Yes, 25 microns. Maximum allowable thickness is 25 microns. Good. Fantastic. So now it's time to reveal your scores. How much did you score? Hi Anjani, guides are a no standard reference. If you follow guides, it's guaranteed that you'll lose marks. So follow only standard references. With due respect to standard references, blindly rely on the information given over there. And of course, feel free to get back through mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com if you have a conflict or if you find that something else is more appropriate answer. The questions, the answers, the explanations which I've given you orally, they are based from Phillips. If at all there is any error from our side, we'll be more than happy to rectify them as soon as possible. That's what we usually do. If there is any error in the video, we'll try to update that in the description part of the video. But standard references are the key. Guides, it would be a terrible, terrible mistake. If you think it's easy just to follow guides, then it means you're losing edge in this competition. Always keep that in mind. Those who have standard references backing will definitely have an edge over others, right? So what's your score out of 60? And let's see the highest and least score. Okay, Tiger, you can just get down. You just say bye to everyone, and then we'll carry on with our scores. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Good. I really appreciate all of you for your active participation. It's no easy task, answering questions with a timer, which is like something hanging in balance. Okay, 25, 26, 23, good, 27. So mostly 30, 26, 34. So mostly it's between 15 to 35, if I'm not wrong. Oh, that's good. Very good. So the rest of you also do post your scores. I'll evaluate once the session is over. And make sure that you're making note of various important points which we discussed in the process of this MCQs discussion. And tomorrow's initiating question, what's the role of water in setting of GIC? Water has two critical roles in setting of GIC. What's that? We're going to look into more of those details in tomorrow's 5 a.m. session. And in fact, one of you were giving me a feedback this morning. In one of the YouTube comments, I've come across a message where the student was asking for a 6 a.m. session, saying that some students sleep late. He's being very considerate. To my knowledge, majority of students sleep very late. When we have a smartphone, when we have OTT platforms, there is so much freedom, right? So why should we sleep early? I'm sure almost every one of us sleep late. That's the reason why we're coming up with this 5 a.m. club. The objective is to make sure that you're enjoying the benefits of waking up early in the morning, sleeping early in the morning, trying to be in sync with the natural biological clock, right? The sun rises and sun sets. Once you are in sync with the same, your day is going to be amazing because your mind is going to perform optimally, mark my words. And those who are woken up early in the morning today, you might have experienced it. You had plenty of time, plenty of quality time for yourself, not just for preparation, but for other important essential activities. It can be exercise, it can be taking care of other responsibilities, as we highlighted previously. So 5 a.m. club, it's an amazing time. In fact, 3:15, 3:30, that's fantastic. But for that to be possible, we should be able to sleep by 9, 10. But anyways, we're not talking about trying to jump 10 steps or 15 steps at a time. So one step at a time, let's go ahead. So for now, we'll have 5 a.m. sessions. So I really encourage all of you to join these 5 a.m. sessions, not just for sake of preparation, not just for sake of important points. That happens, obviously, but to make sure that you are enjoying and making maximum use of that quality time, as I mentioned previously. And to sleep and to wake up early, you need to sleep early. That's again another challenge. So once you overcome these minor challenges, right? These are very minor challenges. Mark my words, they appear to be major. Sleeping early is a very huge task. Waking up early is a very huge task for majority of us, but these are minor tasks because there are greater things in life which we need to deal with. Once we overcome these minor challenges, it's like opening a bottle and a genie comes out. I'm sure that will be the kind of feeling you'll be experiencing once you are in sync with the natural biologic cycle, okay, biologic clock. That's the objective. So we'll have our 5 a.m. sessions in this 1 week challenge or 7-day challenge. I hope you enjoyed today's MCQs discussion. We'll try to carry on this momentum for the next 6 days. And I really appreciate your active participation. Just stay least bothered about things that are happening elsewhere, because there are certain things which we cannot directly or even indirectly control. But there is something which we can absolutely control 100%, that is our thought process and our mind, which is well within our hands. Whether the counseling is going to be conducted or not, whether the exam is going to be postponed or advanced, whether the question paper is going to be tough or easy, these are the things which are not in our hands at all. And we should acknowledge these facts rather than worrying about the same. And if you carefully observe, majority of us worry about things which are beyond our purview, frankly speaking. But if we accept the facts, I'm not asking you to submit yourself, accept the facts, but make sure that you're giving your best from your side. And as I mentioned previously, there is one thing which is absolutely within our control, that is our mind, our thought process. Even though there will be variations, which is absolutely fine, but overall, we should be able to maintain the control over our very own mind. Don't you think so? So no matter what happens outside, no matter how many challenges we're all facing personally or professionally, let's try giving our best. And that's one of the important objectives of these sessions as well, to promote positivity, as I mentioned in the 1 week target session yesterday. So we made out few points, right? We clearly laid out few objectives of this 1 week target, or the things which we are going ahead. One is to sleep early, one is to wake up early, to attend the sessions, to be positive, right? With these objectives, we are having this 1 week target program. So I would really appreciate your active participation. Just make sure that you're attending these sessions. The rest will be taken care of, right? Because to attend a 5 a.m. session, you need to sleep early. You will obviously wake up early. And once that happens, you'll have the entire quality time for yourself, mark my words. And your feedback is always welcome. You have any queries, you have any doubts from any of the questions discussed, feel free to get back through mail 24/7. We'll try to address your queries or concerns as soon as possible. Really appreciate your understanding. Wish you all the best. Love you all. Dream big. Good night.